Welcome back to Man Across New Horizons. I'm videodiary, and should we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today? Nothing particularly special going on today. I will say, after talking about, in fact, I was going to watch some of My Hero Academia yesterday because I saw a load of clips of it on YouTube. I did, in fact, watch the entire. I binge watched the entire first season last night. On Crunchyroll because I wasn't initially going to watch it and I was like, I don't know why I can watch it, and then I was like, oh yeah, wait, can't Crunchyroll, like, you can watch your videos now, but it was only on standard definition, and when I checked it out, apparently you can watch it in HD on Crunchyroll, so, you know, shout out to Crunchyroll, despite the fact I don't even have an account, so yeah. Hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhallow, it's 4:57 PM on Friday, September 10th, 2021, I've got the number 10, for a second, I just read it and I was like, what number is this? But history of golfing, that was actually quite informative. One thing I learned about talking to golf puts me right to sleep. Wait, I'll get her. For a second I was like, that's a new announcement. It's not a new announcement, it's the same. What I think of it so far, it's very tropey, but I think it's actually really enjoyable to watch. And the whole reason I didn't watch it before, I suppose, is certainly when I was younger, I'd probably turn my nose up at something which is so like shonen and tropey and probably doesn't appeal to me too much in the right way. How you doing, dear? I couldn't help but notice you've been working mighty hard recently. Way I see, you deserve a proper thank you. So I sent you a present. Try it on. Try to relax a bit. You deserve it, kiddo. So long for now. And if anything, it's a bit of character growth, I suppose, compared to... I don't know who I'm comparing myself to. Teenage me? He was just like, ooh, I can't... Bomb Missile Jack, that's pretty cool. I was like, I'm not going to watch... Simple Visiting Commode. I don't know which one Apollo gave me, but does it really matter? They're both pretty cool. We'll just pretend Apollo gave both of them. What the heck are you wearing, Apollo? And when did you wear that? When did you start wearing that? But I don't know. Yeah, because especially when I was young, I shouldn't say younger, not like when I was 6 or something, when I was a teenager, I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to watch like shonen things, they're not going to really appeal to me, I'm not really type of that like action orientated, and I kind of like deep substance story, which is a bit of a snobby way to look at things, because it's not like these sort of genres can't also partake in intriguing stories and characterization and that sort of thing. Certainly, they might not always, stereotypically, but I feel like My Hero Academia does a reasonable balance of it so far, where really I think the crux of like shonen anime or anything that sort of falls under some general umbrella. Hold on, do we have a fossil? I can't even remember any of the missions. Chop down a tree, plant a tree, customize. I didn't even look at what the fish was. It's kind of important. Pufferfish. Plausible. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, the whole like point, I suppose, of a lot of these action genre and shonen sort of animes, they're really meant to like hype you up, aren't they? Or you make like, you don't follow it necessarily for, well, I'm not going to say not for the characterization, but like the character, if you find a shonen, I suppose, I shouldn't stop saying shonen, if you find something in the genre with a fantastic characterization, you like hold on to that for dear life, because you're just like, this is amazing, this is like a diamond in the rough, I'd imagine. But it's not so much of it like the drama, the whatever, the heartbreak, the sad times. You're there for like the temporary setbacks where the protagonist is like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Until they find like their solution, and then you're there for the epic moments where the hero prevails or whatever. Or maybe even sometimes when the villain prevails, or they do something epic, and you're sort of there for the glory of it. And you know, perhaps younger me didn't really appreciate that as much. Older me now definitely sees the appeal of it, and it is really hype. I can't say necessarily I'd be too infused by it if it didn't have also really interesting characters, I think, to go along with it, but the fact that it does is just a bonus in my eyes. So yeah, I've only watched the first season so far. You might be like, oh, who's your favourite character? I don't know, actually. There's a lot of characters, and unfortunately I don't know all their names yet. Obviously I know Dekio, I know Uraraka, I think, Ida, Bakugo, Tokidoku? Hold on, I'm sorry. I can't remember their names exactly, but there's like 20-something odd characters, students or so, which is why I can't remember all their names. Momo? I guess Momo is kind of cool, but I haven't really seen much of her. She has the most interesting power, I think. Or one of the more versatile powers. You know me, I like versatility when it comes to power. I don't like one-track powers. You know, super strength, boring. Super speed, boring. I want her power, creating things, that's cool as heck. And very, very much sort of, you think about leaving, not based, you can't move. Stay here and clean. Huh? You really want me to stick around? You're right, I bust my tail and I drench this hollow ground with my sweat. Alright, you've opened my eyes. She, I, I think if I were to have a power, I definitely would want her power over anyone else's. I'm trying to think what other good powers there are. I mean, anti-gravity is also really cool, I'm not gonna lie, because that's very versatile, and it's very much up to the user how to create it. Would I want, is it one for all or all for one? I forget. One for all, I think it is. No, that sounds like, it's very much like the antithesis of what I want. It's very much all or nothing. It's, a huge powerful punch, which, yeah, fair enough, but I kind of don't want to break my arm every time it happens. I don't think I have the right personality, I suppose, to make it work like Deku has. Anti-gravity, I think I can make it work. I think it'd be pretty cool. I like, certainly there's a lot of creativity, I feel like, by playing around with physics, and any sort of like physics-based power has plenty of room of creativity, I think, because physics is weird when you can start breaking it just like that. What's his name? Ida? That sounds right. The engine stuff. It's not like, you know, obviously, in this world of having quirks or not having quirks, I would take a quirk over not having a quirk, unless the quirk was really detrimental, I suppose. But even then, maybe I'd sort of deal with it, because going from a world with no quirks into a world where you could have quirks is interesting sort of change of pace. And if anything, from what I can tell, it seems like the majority of quirks are actually just quite benign. It's just we're of course looking at the creme de la creme of quirks. We're looking at people all aspiring to become heroes and that sort of thing. Most people probably just have small things like as Deku's mother can just like attract small objects to her. Some very sort of mild telekinesis. I had to think of what the other powers are. It's very difficult to remember 20 characters straight off the bat, even through just one season, especially because not all of them have got characterization yet, but hopefully that will change in the future and we will see some more. I don't know. I know there's 5 seasons, so I might watch some more today, might not, I don't know. But we'll have to see. Would I want Bakugo's power? And I don't know. I don't really want to talk about My Hero Academia all that much, because certainly I haven't even watched all of it yet, so it could be terrible, or not terrible. I could not like it in later seasons or something, for all I know. But basically, if it's shonen sort of stuff, I get it now. Not I get it now. I got it before, but now I should say, because I got it before, and I've only in recent years really started to get it, I decided to give it a good chance, and I'm glad I did. It's a very fun experience watching this. You know, maybe in the future I'll watch Haikyuu as well, because I hear a lot about that. I've seen some clips and it also looks very fun. But sort of any sort of teamwork based hype, manga or anime, TV show, media property, I'm just like, I'm all in. you give me about a journey about one person, nah, I'm out, pass. Give me about a journey about an entire team and the corporation and working together and into that into like I was gonna say interdimensional, that's not a word. In like what's the word, like between other people in the group, into something, relationships, I'm in. I'm all in, as they say if you were, I don't know, playing poker. Who was our visitor? Is it Gulliver? It's either Gulliver or CJ? I don't think we had CJ last week, well I can't quite recall, because we had Sahara. It's not Saturday today. Okay, it is Gulliver. I was gonna say, it's like, it's not Saturday or something, like KK Side is not here. Yeah, so what else should I talk about? Regarding some Talos Principle. This is actually like, you're not obviously going to see the Talos Principle episode until next month or so, but this is actually probably the worst 2 Talos Principle episodes in terms of progress. I got very stuck on one of the levels, which has resulted in me basically only doing 2 levels in one episode, and then the other one I got very stuck trying to figure out how to get the star. Basically a secret bonus, I suppose, in one of the levels. So like I solved the level, it didn't take as long as I thought. But I'm gonna watch the videos afterwards of me playing through to see if I can figure out the puzzle, because I find it a lot easier to figure out the puzzle when I'm not in the driver's seat anymore. I'm more like in the passenger seat, and I think that's just how most people go. You know, it's a lot easier to back seat than it is to front seat. Which is why if you find someone who's so good at driving, you should, I don't know, sponsor them in Formula 1. This analogy didn't really make sense. I'm not even sure if it's an analogy. I'm kind of just directly talking about it now, aren't I? But yeah, but I mean, it happened quite a few times before. Like, it happened in, it happened a lot in Obra Dinn, where I just watched through some of the videos and then I'd realise what I was missing. It happened in Snakebird, I think, a few times. Must have happened in some other games. Maybe Fez? I can't remember if I did it as much in Fez. But I think I did. Sort of gone from my memory. So yeah, but like this is like one of the first times, because I don't think I actually watched. I haven't seen any of my other Talos Principle videos, so hopefully there's nothing wrong with them. Otherwise, no one's been leaving a comment about it. If there is. But yeah, this will be the first time I'll probably actually watch a video to try and figure out what I was missing. It's a bit of like I don't know. Perhaps I'm a bit too prideful to be like, this. I can't let this puzzle get the better of me. But it's just like, you know, once I find a good puzzle, one that really gets me thinking, I want to stick with it for ages. Happened with Baba Is You all the time when I played it. And if you're wondering why there's no Baba Is You Let's Play on my YouTube channel, it's because I already played for it before I started recording, which is a real shame. But, you know, it's still something I want to do in the future. I still want to make like a video guide for Baba Is You, a hint guide. Because I know there's a written one out there. I had to use it a couple of times on some of the levels because I just got really stuck. But I feel like a video format might be quite helpful, because then you can structure it as in like you can have loads of different hints. Because that's the thing which annoyed me mildly about the text guide. No, there's no fault in the text creator because of the fact that I even made it in the first place. It's very awesome. Is the fact that some of the hints were like very mild hints, or some of it you had basically no judgment of how much of a hint it was going to give you. You'd hope that first hint would just be a small hint, but sometimes you just need basically someone to be a rubber duck and be like, hey, why don't you look at this? Or that sort of thing. It's like, have you considered this? And then that'd just be enough to sort of trigger something in your brain to be like, I have thought about it already, but I just don't get it. And then you think about it perhaps from a different angle, something like that, and you're like, oh, there you go. And sometimes you need a bigger hint being like, I basically don't know exactly what even to do. And sometimes a lot of levels can have very specific hints, which I thought would be useful, just like, oh, this is introducing a new mechanic to you, in which case you now be like, oh, okay, I need to think differently. I need to discover something new which I haven't even known about before. So I can't do this with my current knowledge that I need to expand my horizons. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how I do that. I'll probably like type it in with like another playthrough of Baba Is You or something. But that's something I want to do, you know, and get some video editing experience done as well, because I haven't really done all that much of that. But I'll do that, like make a huge, like every single level is going to have its own video. That was my intention for it. Every single video is going to have its own level. Every level is going to have its own video. And it's going to be like, every single hint is going to be tailored towards it. Like, it'll start off with like low hints just to be like a rubber duck to sort of bounce ideas off of. Theoretically, in those kind of like one directional. And then the next one being like, start to give some much more illuminating hints, and then finally, of course, ending up with very illuminating hints. But basically give you a general concept of what you need to do, but not how to do it exactly. And then the final one would just be like the solution or something like that, or very explicit instructions on what to do. Yeah, so that's the plan. You know, I'd like to have a very sort of comprehensive guide about it, because Baba You is my favourite puzzle game. And it's puzzle games I feel like I might be pretty good at sort of trying to figure out exactly where people come from. I don't know why I'm customizing this when they're trying to solve these sort of things. Because I feel like the very difficult part about writing a hint guide is you can only really write it from your perspective. So maybe this is the sort of thing where like, I'll get some friends to play and see where they get stuck and make notes. Or what they try. And the great thing is, if every single level is its own video, I can make it like an iterative process. If one of the videos, basically, someone uses it and is like, okay, this was actually like really not helpful, I got stuck on this part or something. But like, thank you for making it anyway. Hopefully is what they say, because it'll be nicely critical rather than just overly cynical about it. Spend bells, buy items, sell fruit, chop wood. Okay, let's chop. Give Gulliver back his stuff, chop wood, sell things, buy things. We'll see where we go from there. Yeah, because that's always the difficult part about a hint guide, is everyone approaches puzzles very differently. So sometimes, like, I'll do a puzzle and I'll be like, oh, I just immediately see the solution, while other people are just like, huh? I don't know how you got that at all, like, how you even thought about that. And sometimes I'll do a puzzle and be like, I literally don't know what to do, and someone else would just be like, oh, like, it's very obvious the answer is this. And that's, I suppose, why I like puzzle games so much, is that sort of all the different approaches people could take, and, you know, the sort of variability of sometimes you can be really good, sometimes you're not, and like everyone always gets that moment of being like, oh, I'm really stuck on something, and then hopefully the catharsis of being able to figure it out in the end. But sort of release that aha moment, as it's dubbed by, I can't remember, someone made like a really good video about puzzle games. It was probably Game Maker's Toolkit. No, it wasn't. It was I don't know. I always get the video game essayist channels I follow confused, to be perfectly honest. As a person in this design doc, right? That's not Game Maker's Tool. No, maybe that is Game Maker's Toolkit. Hold on. This is where I go and look at my subscriptions, so I can actually remember them. Because recently I got Adam Millard confused with Rasputin, which is a bit awkward. Wait, design doc is someone different. Okay, I'm gonna get this in my head. The 4 people I follow: Rasputin, Adam Millard, the architect of games, design doc, Game Maker's Toolkit, and also extra credits. But I don't watch all of extra credits videos. I only watch ones which are interesting. New Frame Plus seems about right. Okay. I think it was Design Doc who did one about puzzle games. I don't quite recall off the top of my head. It was very good. But to be honest, they all probably have. It's such like a so much you can talk about it. So I'm not surprised that many people have gone back to that world to try and get something. Is that a mole cricket? Or is this a bell cricket? A bell cricket. I don't think we have a model of this, so it's a good thing we got it. Yeah, like I know there is that Baba hint guide, that written one. It's really good. Although I believe it was first created when Baba's U first came out, so it hasn't been updated because a lot of the levels have changed over the years, or maybe not over years, over the short term, and been adjusted and that sort of thing. So I think it'd be nice, and even if no one uses it, I think it'd be cool to make in the first place because it's sort of something which I'm interested in. Puzzle games. We should not be selling these. Cute wardrobe. Yeah, keep rest. Because obviously I do like my puzzle games and I like to help people when I can. So being able to make something that can tie the two together would be very nice. Maybe I can do it for Snakebird as well because I feel like that's something I've also done. I need to chop one more tree. I didn't even realise. I don't know. If it ever starts coming out, I mean, that's probably one of the things where it's like, oh, I plan to do it along with that Animal Crossing video villager tier list, and it will never happen at this rate. But perhaps it will in the future. So just keep your eyes peeled. I don't. No, this is 6,000, so that'll be enough. I don't know how many customization kits we even have in our inventory. 36 apparently, or had 36. So yeah, I don't know, hint guides are helpful. I suppose it's because I used to use GameFAQs, I suppose, a lot when I was like playing through difficult games when I was much younger, and sometimes they were really good, sometimes they were really bad. And I suppose I sort of aspire to write one which is actually good, actually useful. But I always like information portrayed to me much more visually compared to just text. Like I know learning styles are not exactly a thing. Like you don't learn better from one of the things. Although I do kind of, I'm not sure if maybe this has also been statistically tested. I feel like part of me also believes that while you may not learn better necessarily, but you certain forms of teaching can engage someone more or less, depending. Like if you try and teach me just with like a block of text, I'll find it fine. It might be a little bit better if it was spoken, and it would probably be even more better if it was through like something visually illustrating it. But I understand learning styles are not a thing, so don't chase me on that because it doesn't make sense in a lot of contexts. Like, are there seriously people out there who learn music better just by like reading music sheets rather than like actually listening to the piece? I don't know, maybe, but I'd imagine that's few and far between. So if anything, I suppose you might say learning styles are more depending on the subject, but in which case that's just more like, isn't that just like isn't that just more like a property of a subject rather than a learning style? But anyway, the better people out there have probably done like actual studies on this sort of thing. So what I'm just trying to say is that I would like information presented to me in a visual format rather than a text format. And while it would be nice to have images, I suppose, are kind of cool to sort of illustrate what's going on, I feel like a video is much more illustrative of what can go on. And especially, it will give me a bit more video editing practice with it's all Shark with DaVinci Resolve. And maybe I could figure out exactly why I sometimes get artifacts when I render videos. Could just be I need a better computer, which is a bit of a scary thought. Like, if the next upgrade I'd want to my computer, like this computer's actually really good already, so don't diss it. The only thing I think would be possibly a good thing to upgrade would to be add 2 more sticks of RAM into it to get 32 gigabytes, which I haven't had much use for before because I didn't used to like render videos and that sort of thing. but now I would probably get more use. I suppose also probably to stick another drive in, because my previous HDD is not completely dead, but it was very close to dying, so I've unplugged it. It's still like just chilling inside my computer chassis. But it was the fact that I could hear it like actually spinning up all the time, and it kept making like clicking noises. Like, okay, and like obviously I want to preserve it and put the data on there, so I took all the important data from it, and then I just sort of keep it in there where hopefully it will, if I ever need to, like in an emergency, be like, oh no, I need this really important thing, and I know it's on that hard drive, rather than using the hard drive until it dies out, I just kept it in there, unplugged from everything, just screwed in, and then hopefully I can rely on it if I need to access it again. I don't know how I got onto this topic, but yeah, I probably just need more RAM, if anything, so I can start properly rendering these videos, because videos take me, like, this is the reason I don't edit a lot of these videos. One, because I tend to just churn out a lot of them, firstly. Two, video editing all of these would be a right nuisance. But three, I hate waiting around for a while videos to render, because I'm not like a professional video editor or anything, so I had to wait around for the video to render, and that's something at which time I can't use my computer. I don't exactly want to sleep with the computer on, because it just makes loud noises. I'm like, So yeah, that's why all my videos are unedited. I just record straight for half an hour and just let it do its thing. It suits my style a lot better. Like maybe in the future, if I ever had a video needed like edited videos, I would just hire a video editor in the future or something. If I had the money for it. Obviously, I don't right now, and I have no plans to, because I don't need to. But if it like ever was required. Not that I couldn't edit my own videos. I can edit videos. I can do fancy stuff, and don't you even worry about that sort of thing. Granted, I'm much better in After Effects than I am in DaVinci Resolve, because I've used After Effects so much more often compared to DaVinci Resolve, but I'm not using Adobe products anymore because it's expensive. And DaVinci Resolve is free. I'm looking like it. Oh, by the way, thank you, Apollo, for the present you gave me. Sorry to interrupt your speaking, but sorry, you're singing. But I just wanted to get my Nookmar mission. So yeah, I don't know. Separate computer for video editing? Not needed. More RAM in this? Probably get in the future. I can certainly see that happening. And that's why I don't really want to. I said not don't want to. That's probably why I'm not as enthused about the idea of making edited videos as often as like, oh, I'm gonna have to render them all together, because that's gonna happen if I make an Animal Crossing villager tier list. It's gonna be like 4 hours long or something. If I talk about every single villager, and that's going to be forever to render. I guess I'd render it overnight or something. I don't know. Just talking about future plans or whatever. So yeah, I recorded some Talos Principle. I gotta say, Talos Principle and Celeste I recorded about a month in advance. So really, oh wait, Life is Strange has come out today, hasn't it? I still haven't fully decided how I'm gonna do Life is Strange, or if I'm gonna do Later Alligator. You know, this is where we can judge how many people are playing Life is Strange True Colors. Let's play. Let's see. Life is Strange. Let's play True Colors. We'll see how many people are playing it. Whoa, this person's playing it. This person's playing it. This person's playing it. All these people playing it. Full gameplay walkthroughs already up as 1 day, 7 hours of gameplay. I don't know. Maybe I should just do Later Alligator. It's really hard to say what's the best thing for me to do. But how many people are playing Later Alligator? That's a question. Playframe did it. Seems like actually a decent amount of people also played this. How long is Later Alligator? This is... How long is Later Alligator? It's about 3 hours. That's actually quite short. Cute though. Main and extras is about 4 hours. How long is Life is Strange True Colors? Around 14 hours. Is estimate. Main story about 10 hours. 9 to 10 hours. Who knows? Who knows? It's all very ambiguous. What am I going to title this video? What have I even been talking about? I've been talking about like multiple different things throughout this entire time. Also, what Nook Mal mission am I even doing? I forgot. Sell things, change wardrobe. I guess we'll just, you know, whenever we don't know what to do in these last 5 minutes, clear out your storage. What am I going to title this episode? More RAM? That's not going to make any sense. People are going to start watching the video and be like, oh, I'm not even talking about my computer until about like 20 minutes in. What did I talk about before? I talked about My Hero Academia, but I talked about something else. I guess I'll call it a hint guide or something. Like, I'm always very thankful when people make hint guides, to be honest. Was that on, like, I've used them before? I used it on Witness. I used it on Fez, kind of. To be fair, I did on most of Fez without it. So, you know. I'm gonna give myself a bit of credit there. Credit where credit is due. I've used it in Bad As You. I said that. Probably used it on something else, but I don't know. I don't know if we've got enough salmon, so. I can't even think of any other puzzle games I've played. Which doesn't seem right. I've certainly played quite a few, but they're just not coming to mind. Okay, bug creatures. Let's just check that we got the right amount of all of them. Not harbouring any duplicates that we don't need. Well, not duplicates, but more than we need. I did think we might have had 3 salmon already. I just couldn't remember if I did or not. Apparently there's so many more eels. Don't need that anymore. Saw shark, octopus. Alright, that seems good. Also check our storage. Get rid of anything else we don't need. We don't probably need all these pumpkins as well. I don't know why I have 40 of each of them. That's a little bit much. Fruits, I guess we can keep some. Hardwood. Probably don't need all this trash. Star fragments. But it's a lot easier to get rid of fashion items than to get rid of other things. Yeah, just video editing. Cool, but also rendering is just a nuisance. That's basically it. But I don't know if I particularly want to even edit my videos. I feel like a lot of the time I spend just continuously talking throughout all of them. If I ended up editing them, I'd end up getting rid of a lot of what I say. Which would be a dear shame, I think. Because that's my whole brand, is just randomly talking. Not to say I'm continuously talking in all of them. Some of them I remain quite quiet. These Talus Principle videos, which will be coming out next October 12th-ish or so, I'm actually quite quiet through because you can hear the gears of my brain talking as I'm trying to figure out the puzzle. I have some suspicions actually now. I'm thinking back to that puzzle. There's something I said at the end of the video, which I was going to be like, no spoilers, but you're not going to see it from like a month. Something I say at the end of the video is going to be, I think it's going to be episode 16, I think, if you want to cross-reference, if you're somehow watching this like a month after it comes out, which would be wild, I think. But if you want to cross-reference that. There's something I said at the end, which I actually think I was onto something, I just, like, couldn't be bothered to set it up again. Which I actually think could be the solution, I just can't figure out how it would be the solution yet, so. Yeah, I don't know. Next time I play Talus Principle, which actually might be tomorrow, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't know, do I want to do Life is Strange or Later Alligator? I should probably do Life is Strange and then do Later Alligator, because Later Alligator's so short anyway. There's just too many games I wanna play. Too many games. It'd be a lot easier if these were monetized, so it'd be, so I could just, like, you know, buy the games using the money I earn from it, but I need 800 more subscribers, so much of that. Maybe if I actually start making these edited videos, they'll start coming. Who knows? But anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join the Dear Darling Discord. Follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.